Hey Cancer, let's just go and get right on into the damn reading. I'm telling y'all, it's like life is such an ebb and a flow, right? You can't have the good without the bad, and seems like the good never wants to say good for too long, right? I just gotta burn a little sage. I'm out of sage leaves, but I have some that I dried not too long ago. So let's just do that for a little bit. Let me get that, and then I'll start with your reading. So hey everybody, this reading is going to be for Cancer. And Cancer, you're going to get a different intro and announcements, and then these will run through the rest of the videos that are coming. So, guys, I completely forgot that I wanted to try to get all of the signs individual last week of May tarot reading out by tonight at the latest, but I forgot that it's not the videos that's taking me forever now that I had the time to do them. It's the uploading process. Like each video takes me hours to upload. So I gotta get that figured out, and you know, because I can't, I can record all of the videos. I don't do them back to back. I take some time and then I do another reading. I mean, if I had to, I would, but I like to clear the energy between readings, just clear the space, clear the metaphorical space. But every time it takes so long to upload them, and I still work a 9 to 5, so it takes like overnight to kind of upload, and then I can't do the next couple of videos. I upload the next one for the next day. So I may not be able to get to all of the signs for this last week in May, but so I can get a jump on June, so all you guys can get those videos by the end of this week. So if I don't get to any more signs, I may be able to get a video in for this week for Leo. But if I can't figure out how to get my video to upload quickly tonight, and it takes me another like 4 hours, and I won't be doing Leo. But I will start with Leo with the monthly June reading. And I may do weeklies, guys. We'll see what I have time for. I did weeklies now because I didn't want to. I kind of like to. I don't like to do it too far ahead of time. So I thought I was going to be able to get everybody's weekly in, and then do you guys' monthlies. So since I'm probably gonna this Cancer, you guys are probably gonna be the last weekly reading I do for the last week of May into June the 1st, and then I'll start with Leo since Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer have already had your weekly. I'll start with Leo for June, and then just bring it back around to Cancer for June, for the month of June. So that's that. Oh, and I wanted to talk about some astrology today. So let me just grab my phone so I can get the planet placements, and then this intro will be in the videos going forward. So I'll get to the point where I give you guys astrology for more of a long range period of time. But this is the first video I'm going to incorporate some astrology into. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about where the planets are today. And for today, I'm going to say, I guess I can do you guys tomorrow, because by the time you get this video, it's probably going to be going into tomorrow. So I'll do the planets for tomorrow and then the aspects for tomorrow. So I'm just going to talk about them briefly. And if you guys see anything that's interesting, or you have anything to add, or you want to comment at all, please don't hesitate to do that on the YouTube page. Please leave your comments and everything like that below. So while I shuffle the cards, let's talk about a little bit of astrology and where the planets are going to be tomorrow, the 25th. So tomorrow the moon is going to be in Capricorn. Capricorn is the moon is the planet of emotions. I'm not going to go through every one, guys. I'm not going to get into a description of every single one, but I'm just going to go through a few and let you know what's in retrograde, and then we'll talk about the aspects briefly. So the moon is going to be in Capricorn. The moon is an important personal planet. The moon is about feelings, intuition, emotion, and everything like that. What's hidden, illumination, so your emotional world, how you feel, and everything like that. Moon cycles, women's moon cycles, fertility, that is, those are just a few of the things that the moon represents. So the moon is in Capricorn, and Capricorn is a stable sign, an earthly sign. So I can imagine the moon probably feels at home in Capricorn, but a stable sign or earthly sign, and Capricorn is a taskmaster. They do climb the ladder and they do work hard. So that is where the moon is right now. The sun, happy birthday to all of the Geminis. The sun is currently in Gemini, so it is Gemini season. Um, the sun represents the drive, the force. I believe it's basically the ego. It is the outward persona. You know, it is what people see when they see you. That is the sun. That is the personality that you know, that you radiate, that you have. So, and it could even be your look. That's why some people say they can tell people by what sign you are by how you look, and that would be by your sun sign. So the sun is in Gemini. Mercury, the planet of communication, it is in Taurus, another stable sign. So some of your communications, depending on the aspects it makes, and the aspects it makes to your natal birth chart, I like to go by that. That's a really good way to see how it's going to affect you personally. But you know, maybe some to the point communications and things like that. But Mercury is in stable Taurus, rock solid and stubborn Taurus. Venus is in Gemini, so Venus along with the Sun are in Gemini. The Sun is at 5 degrees in Gemini, and Venus is at 1 degree in Gemini, so they are not far apart. So the Venus, the planet of love, beauty, you know, comfort, luxury, is in Gemini. Mars is retrograding in Sagittarius, so Mars, the god of war, planet of war, the god of war, planet of action, motivation, drive, force. Mars is retrograding in Sagittarius. Jupiter is in Virgo. Jupiter, planet of expansion, you know, luck, fortune, good things like that, and just expanding, you know, whatever it sets its sights and its hands upon. That is in another earth sign. Virgo, lots of planets were in earth signs, are still in earth signs. So that is Virgo, stable. Also Virgo is a taskmaster, organized. They say Virgo likes to help, not a philanthropist, but like a community type of person, community activist sort of type of person. You know, someone who would have a nonprofit or something like that. That would be Virgo. Saturn is in Sagittarius. Saturn, Father Time, the planet of organization, structure, rules, karma, is in Sagittarius. Fire sign planet, another planet that is all about action and going and being on the go. Boisterous. Sagittarius can be boisterous and outspoken. So Sagittarius may be Saturn may be laying down some laws in Sagittarius. And I think that's about all. Oh, well, let me tell you, you know, Neptune is in Pisces. So Neptune is like the planet of dreams, underworlds, shadow kind of things like that will be Neptune. So Neptune is in Pisces, and I also meant to mention that Saturn is retrograding in Sagittarius. So Saturn is in Sagittarius, but it's retrograde. Retrograde doesn't mean a planet goes backwards. It just goes so slow, it sort of seems as if it's going backwards. So, and that means everything just kind of slows down at that time. And whatever planet energies, how those planets express themselves, and the houses and the signs in your chart, you know, those energies in those areas are going to kind of have a focus of kind of slowing down, pulling back, kind of drawing back when the planets are in retrograde. So Pluto is the planet of death, rebirth, regeneration, the dark side, murder, decaying, just life cycle. You know, that is the what Pluto represents. And Pluto is retrograding in Capricorn. So Pluto is also in Capricorn. The moon is in Capricorn at 20 degrees, and Pluto is in Capricorn at 17. So not too far. So the moon is retrograding in Capricorn. And last but not least, the North Node. So the North Node is the North Node of the moon. The moon has a North Node and a South Node. So the North Node is retrograding in Virgo as well. So Jupiter was in Virgo at 13 degrees. And the North Node is in Virgo at 18 degrees, so not too far apart, and the North Node is retrograding in Virgo. So So that is just where the planets are right now, guys. And then the aspects for the 25th, probably the same as the ones we had today. So Mercury is trining Jupiter right now, and like I said, if you there are a lot of websites who do natal charts and natal horoscopes for free, and what it does is it compares the planet positions today against where they were in your natal chart and what aspects they make to kind of tell you how the transiting planet, which is today's planetary position, is going to affect you personally. So this is just a general. This is not, specific. This is the general aspects. This isn't transiting aspects. So Mercury is trining Jupiter. Trine is a cohesive effort. It is what's deemed as a positive aspect between planets. And with Mercury trining Jupiter, I'm going to kind of rush it along so I can start with the reading, guys. With Mercury trining, or it's going to take me longer to upload the longer I make this. With Mercury trining Jupiter, Mercury is making a positive aspect, a supportive and a helpful aspect with Jupiter. Mercury being the planet of communication, Jupiter being the planet of expansion. It's thought of as the good luck planet because it is a benefit planet, but benefic planet, and it expands whatever it touches in, for most intent in a good manner. So when you have Jupiter well placed, that's when they say, you can hit lotteries, you can be really successful depending on the placements and the aspects of Jupiter in your chart. So with the communication planet training the planet of luck and expansion and things like that, I believe that some of your communications are going to be expanded. Some of your communications are going to be brought to light, and maybe you'll be expanding some social circles, some enterprises, maybe some projects that you've been working on. Maybe now is the time to bring them out into light and to introduce those things to the public or to the people in your circle, or communicate whatever it is that you've been working on, or in friendships and things like that. So maybe it's just a good time to work on the bonds that you have with people, and even reinforce some of the projects and the things you've been working on. Rededicate some time to some things that that you need to focus your attention on. So maybe that's what that planet of movement and communication, especially with Jupiter. And that could mean, if you move on some things and communicate some things and you could find yourself in the right place in the right time to really be blessed with something beautiful and really successful. So that's what I'm getting from Mercury training Jupiter. From Venus, Venus is going to be opposite Mars tomorrow on the 25th. So as you guys know, Venus, Aphrodite, and Mars, whoever the god was, it represents Mars, the planet of war. They are lovers. They are eternal lovers. So even though it's an opposition, which as you can imagine, an opposition is going to cause some force, some tension. It's going to cause some roadblocks and some stumbling blocks is what oppositions represent. But the energies of Venus and Mars, whenever Venus and Mars belong together, you know what I mean? She can never hold on to Mars for too long. He is sexual drive, action, passion, that lust, of many women. So with Venus opposing Mars, maybe that could just mean just some things that have to do with maybe that growth, or things in your love endeavors, or whatever makes you comfortable or stable. So whatever that is that you're working on to make you comfortable and stable, maybe it's going to present some challenges and some obstacles and things like that, but nothing that isn't there, that isn't happening for a reason, so that you get to the next level. So there aren't things that's going to totally wipe out your project or whatever love interest you have and relationships you have going on, but it's just some things to say, okay, communicate about these things, put your glasses on in these areas where these charts and these planets are, where these planets and these signs are placed in your chart, and how they're going to affect you and what house and what area of your life. There may be some stumbling blocks or some roadblocks, but it's love and war with Venus and Mars. So it's all for a reason, and whatever obstacles, you definitely can overcome them, because those two energies are, like I said, energies that do eternally belong together, even though they're opposing. So some small fights, some quarrels, you may even get some tiffs in your partnerships, But guys, it's nothing that isn't going to pass, in a few days. I'm not sure how long Venus is going to be opposite Mars. But it's nothing that this too shall pass. It's all fair in love and war. And last but not least, the last aspect that I'm showing for tomorrow is going to be Jupiter squaring Saturn. So Jupiter, like we talked about, the planet of luck and expansion, squaring Saturn. So when you have a square, you're on a 90-degree angle. So it's a hard angle. It's not to say the energies can't work together, but it's really going to take some time. So cohesive effort and energies for those cohesive efforts and work put in for those energies to work together. So with Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion, squaring the planet of rules, Father Time, the planet of karma, the planet of Saturn, the planet of doing things by the book. It's not all fun and games, and I'm telling you, I'm interested to see what this reading is going to spit out for Cancer, because I am a Cancer, and it's just been like the theme of my life lately is all work, no play. Then you do have play. It's been like it's either been all play, hardly work, all work. It's always work. It hasn't been hardly work. So all play, not a lot of focus that you have, too much energy you got to put into work. And then it's been this all work and absolutely no play, which it usually seems to be for me as a Cancer. And it's been about a balance between that work and that play. But it's like as soon as I think I'm going to get some play, it's back to work. It just does not come easy. And I'm telling you, I'm mainly talking about like finances, just things you have to do to earn your living, career stability, and things like that. But whatever it is when it comes to work, it has not been coming easy. So with Jupiter squaring Saturn, whatever big ideas you have, whatever plans you have, whatever you got in the works, Saturn, Father Time is here to say, hold up, I'm making a list, checking it twice, make sure that you got your P's and Q's in order, make sure that everything is how it's supposed to be. Did you follow these rules? Did you go by the books? Did you learn these lessons that I tried to teach you in the past? Are you graduating to the next level, or do you have to learn more lessons? And again, I would need to know your birth chart, and you would need to know the transit aspects for me to see, what areas these might be affecting you in, or at least need to know your sign. But that's what I'm getting from Jupiter squaring Saturn. So it's not a time to just frivolously and sloppily move ahead with plans that you have and just think like anything you throw together is going to work now, and you can sell your snake oil to just anybody and they're going to buy it, because that's not going to happen with a square or opposition in there with Saturn and Jupiter, because Jupiter or Venus would have brought you that luck. It would have brought you that expansion. It would have brought people buying your snake oil and buying your lies and your bullshit. But with those placements, it's not. See, the Three of Swords dropped out when I said people buying your lies and your bullshit. They're not. It's going to lead to like you getting your feelings hurt if you try to do that to people. So, alright, Cancer, on with the reading. I'm going to move my cell phone off the table. I'm done with the aspects. I have shuffled these cards to death. Spirit, let me know what is going on with my crazy Cancers out there. What it do, Cancer? How you doing? Almost time for your birthday. As soon as Gemini enjoys and tears up June, we'll usher July right on that. So let's get to it, Cancer. First card out the deck is Two of Pentacles. Your middle card is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, and then your last card is the Three of Pentacles. Didn't I say it was all Rihanna? It was all work, 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 work. So that's what you got. And then on the bottom of the deck, I'm going to say, because I feel like this was coming out as the Sun reversed. So I'm going to read it as the Sun reversed. Personally, that's how I feel. But I'm going to read it as the Sun reversed, and we can go from there. I'm sorry, the Moon reversed, which actually made me feel a little bit better. The Sun is a great card, but I still don't like great cards in reverse. It's still good in reverse. I like the Moon a little bit better in reverse than I do the Sun, although we'll see when I get to it, because I am talking to Cancer, and I have to be honest with you guys. I know all of the meanings of the Moon card, or is all that I need to know for now, and I never take it as a bad card when I get it. And it's because the moon is my ruler. So every time a moon comes out in a Cancer reading, I always look at it as almost like a message from an angel kind of looking over me, whether that means secrets, whatever, in the dark, whatever. It's that angel telling me, look, pay attention, I got you. It's the moon card because that is our ruler as a Cancer. That's the planet that rules us. So let's go ahead and talk about the two, the cards are past, present, future, bottom of the deck, overall vibe, but I'll read them however they come out to me. So the Two of Pentacles coming out kind of in the past position. I mean, it's all about balance, choices, decisions, having to do with emotions and having to do with finances, your stability. And I think this really is about balance because I'm going to say with the red in the card, it even reminds me of, it looks like blood, so it reminds me of health. So even with your health, I think that this Two of Cards, and I don't think it's all past energy. I think the energy, whatever you need to balance, is from the past, of course, because it's whatever you dealt with in the past. But at the same time, it's things that are still going on now that you're bringing into the future. And I feel like that's why the next two cards, especially because they're Pentacle cards and they're in reverse, they're upside down. It's just a lot of work. You know what I mean? It's a lot of work. And you need to find a balance. And did we not just talk about this before the cards come out? I will always believe in the spirits, the spirit world. Karma, what is meant to be is going to happen. I mean, these cards are so powerful. They really touch me on an emotional level because I talked about Cancer and what kind of things that were happening. I was seeing as a Cancer, and then the cards come out and back it up, and it just, that kind of thing just doesn't happen by accident. So it's, and nothing's a coincidence. It's all meant to be. So with the balance, I mean, you need to balance. And Cancer always needs to make a choice or a decision. I'm off top. I'm not thinking of the other signs that are indecisive. It's not about the other signs right now. It's a Cancer video. Cancer always needs to make decisions. A lot of Cancers probably need to take a decision making class. You know what I mean? So I'm not even going to focus on the decision making part of that, the options and the choice that you have, because it's a lot of blue in the background of the card. Blue water and blue sky, so I get emotion, especially with the water, and the water being very wavy. So emotions, you're not stable. Whatever you've been through, you're getting over it. You're not completely over it. It's under the surface. It still hurts, but you have moved past it. You have moved past it. You forgive and you move on, but we never forget. So you need to find balance. You need to find balance with work, health, and play, non-work life, personal time to you, to yourself, to your family, and be more here and more now. Be more present. And that's what that two is telling me, because it's leading me into the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. The Ten of Pentacles is a beautiful card. Tens represent moving from one cycle to another cycle, closing a chapter. The 10 is the last number card in the suit. So you have your 1 through 10, then you move to your page, knight, king, queen, that queen, king, that kind of thing. So the 10 is kind of wrapping up a cycle, and I feel like as far as the money goes, I'm going to say I don't feel like you really hit that 10. And with the card in reverse, I don't feel you're hitting the 10. I feel with the work, you're still someplace down there. You could maybe be at a 9 of Pentacles. You could be feeling like a 9 of Pentacles, but I don't believe so. I really believe where you're at, in as far as a material realm, a physical realm, feeling how you feel, but as far as stability, money, physical things, and things of that nature, I feel like you're somewhere down around the 2s, the 3s, lesser than the 8 or the 7. I mean, because the 10 it's in reverse, and maybe it doesn't mean you're this far back. Maybe you take some steps ahead, like how they say, I take 2 steps ahead to take 3 steps back. Maybe that's how it feels for you, Cancer, professionally, in your career, and just when you try to get ahead in on the earthly realm and the material realm. Because when I get Pentacles cards upside down, at least the ones where the Pentacles are kind of just placed and falling, they placed on a card, it always looks like they're falling out of the card holder's hands, like they're falling away from the people. So I feel like you have something in your grips. So you're holding on really tight to something. Like I see like somebody holding on really tight to something with all your grip, with all your might, and you don't want to let it go. But yet you won't make a move, and you're standing still, and you're erratic. You're not stable. You're not focused on what it is and where you want to take this to accomplish this 10 of Pentacles and move to the next cycle where you know you belong. I know I've been working on a lot of things for a long time, speaking of work and career things, just to kind of free myself from the 9 to 5 and do some things that I want and need to do. And so Cancer, you've probably been working on a lot of things. I mean, Cancer, you're very bright, intelligent, and you know the most important thing to you besides family and things like that is survival by any means necessary. You are the sign of the crab, and you're going to do what it takes for you to survive and get by and to thrive. But Cancer, wants you want to love what you do, you want to be happy. You always want to be happy, even though you can tolerate not loving what you do, you know, more than a lot of other people, which is why you stay, you know, at a job for too long, stay in relationships too long, stay, you know, do this, do that, or the other. But whatever it is, you're holding on with all of your might, but you need to focus, be balanced, and be decisive so that you can turn that 10 of Pentacles upside down, because I think everything is there waiting for you just on the other side. So I don't see that 10 of Pentacles in reverse as a totally bad card, but I just think you're taking some steps forward to take some steps back, and you're not quite doing all that you need to do to be as active in your success as you can be if you want things like financial freedom, to be happy in your work and your career life and things of that nature. You know, I really don't see a lot of things about love and this, that, and the other in these cards. I really do see these cards having a lot to do with maybe just family circles, things that make you feel secure, things that make you feel stable, maybe people that you lean on, friends that you rely on for help, or that you talk to for advice, and then, you know, your career, your co-workers, and your bosses. Those are really the kind of things I see in the cards. So then, last but not least, for the outcome card, I had the 3 of Pentacles turned upside down. So, you know, the 3 of Pentacles, the 3 is not, 4 is a number that represents stability, and 3 sometimes can represent imbalance. Like, you know, I know you've heard the phrase, what people say, the third wheel. I don't want to be the third wheel. It's just because 2 is the indecisiveness, or trying to come to that balance. You know, the way he's juggling it, you know, it comes off as an indecisiveness. But it represents a balance. 2s represent a balance and trying to come to that balance. But when you have a 3, threes throw the balance off. You know, it's creating. You're still working, because you're going to work toward adding that fourth piece of the puzzle to make what you're working on more stable. So 3 is a number of creation. It relates back to the Empress card. So, you know, when the card is straight up, they're kind of looking at this creation, looking at this man's work, and just either admiring it, talking about it. Maybe they're going to contract him for more work, you know. But with the card upside down, Cancer, maybe you feel like somebody really can't see how hard you're working, and maybe you don't see the accolades, you don't see the benefits to what you're doing, and maybe you're just doing something to be doing it, you know, because those 3s, it's like it's set in stone. You can't undo what you're doing. And with it upside down, it's like, to me, do the people even see the work? Because when it's right side up, I almost get a feeling like they're looking up at his work, like, oh, that's nice, and, you know, you're doing a good job, and we're going to have to commission you for this next time. And the person that's doing the work is kind of saying, yes, and I put these here to represent this, and the way I carved this, it is carved after the finest artwork in this far land. You know what I mean? That's it, because they're looking up at it and just really talking about, even admiring that person's hard work and what they're in the process of creating. But when the card is upside down, it looks more to me like they're talking to each other. The 2 people are looking at the person doing the work, almost questioning what they're doing. So right now, you guys may be going through a learning curve. You may not be getting a recognition, or you really may be in the trenches where you're doing the work, but you don't see how the ends are going to meet your needs, and how and where are you going? What is the direction? What is the end game? You know, and with that said, you know, I can't say, I could offer advice all day, but I'm going to leave you with that, because Cancer, you need to make decisions and choices for yourself. And I don't know if I showed you the second card, the 10 of Pentacles, but there it is. So you went from First of all, I'm so glad these are on recordings because I can't tell you the last time this has happened. You got all Pentacles cards, first of all, Cancer. So it really is about work. And I think this balance that you need to find, like I talked about before the video even came on, is the balance between your emotional life, the things that make you happy, and all of this work. Because if you're doing the work in vain to get all of this money, and then when you get to the end, you're like, it's not worth shit, or it's mistakes found in it, or it's the foundation that's built on is not strong. I mean, you Cancer, you work too hard, and you deserve more, and you've been doing it too long. Whatever you've been doing, and you've been doing it too long because you had the Ten of Pentacles, so I know you had to be able to get here. You know, I don't think you're a beginner. So whatever, you know what I mean? But Cancer, you need to make decisions. So I'm not going to go into a long spill about what you need to do to turn the card upside down because it really does lie in your hands. You are at the driver's seat. Whatever you choose to do with those reins, I said you had the horse by the reins. Whichever direction you choose to turn it, and however hard you decide to ride that horse to meet your goals and get to where you need to be, is exactly how your situation is going to turn out. And with the moon being in reverse on the bottom of the deck, traditionally right side up, and the moon is your card, Cancer. It represents you. There's a little crabby or lobster or whatever you want to say in the dogs. So, you know, and of course the water. So with the moon coming upside down again, I feel like this is just an angel card for Cancer. It's just saying whatever's in the dark will be illuminated. I feel like with the card upside down, it has been like whatever pieces of information you don't have, you're gonna have, and it's gonna help you make these choices better. It's gonna help you buckle down because I think Cancers, you feel a change of mind coming on. Cancers, we are moody. We change the way the way we feel changes with the tides of the ocean. You know, it changes with the moon and the tides. So I think, and we go through phases and stages, and you might go through a phase where you're idle for a while as you think about your next move and what you need to do and what it means to you and for your life. And I feel like with the moon card in reverse, whatever's hidden is getting revealed, and pieces of information are coming out to help make you a better you and help you make decisions when it comes to careers and things like that. I think a lot of Cancers are at a place where they're really stopping. They're not moving through life in this daydream like a Cancer or water sign can tend to do. You know, a Pisces, a Scorpio seem to live a little bit more out of the dream world than the Pisces and the Cancer to me, but they all do. So it's like you're not moving through so much in a fog now, like that. That fog is slowly becoming clear, and the pieces of the puzzle and the information you need to make decisions in your life are becoming clear. And as I say that, because you know, when you look at this card right side up, you always think of the sun. Of course, you know, the moon. When we see the moon, it's the reflection on the sun. So it always looks like the sun, but it always comes off as the moon to me when I get it right side up, because I kind of see where the moon is carved, but upside down it looks like the sun. So it's going to be illumination on whatever you feel like is dark, or whatever you're thinking that is dark in your life, or that has you in that stagnation phase. If you've been in a depressed stage or a stagnation phase, I feel like you're about to come out of it. And you're going to kind of be propelled toward the next phase and stage of your life. Because you've been through some changes and you've been propelled whether you like it or not, and you're just trying to adapt yourself to some of these changes that have gone on, and just get ready for more changes that are going to come. So guys, I have these Heart Oracle deck cards. I'm getting tired, I know the reading's about over, plus like I said, I work all day, guys. So I'm getting tired, and then I gotta go edit. And I don't really cut anything out of the videos. If I had a beginning where I'm kind of getting up, or I took a long time to come on, I'll cut that out. You know, just add a little intro with the website. I have a website up now, so if you want a reading or you just want to talk to me, send me a message. Visit Astro Tarot C, ASTROTAROTSEA as in the C, Weebly, WEEBLY.com. So you can go there, see the different services I offer. Check back often, because I'm going to be putting up more and more information. I'm going to be pulling up the same readings that I gave today for the astrology. I'll be posting my interpretations on my website daily. I'm going to try to get those up daily so you guys know what energies are going on for the day. And then if you're interested in any other services, you can purchase a reading, astrology reports, tarot scopes, horoscopes, based on the astrology. If you want to contact me, ask me any questions or anything, you could just send an email. So I will be continuously working on the site. So guys, please check that often. And you can always reach me through YouTube. My email address should be on here somewhere, and you can leave a comment below. And I will reply back to comments. I don't get a lot of comments now. I know my presence here has not been steady or quite that much. I haven't done that many videos in all the time I've been on here, guys, because I've been working like several jobs. It's just been crazy. So now that I have the time, if you comment, I will comment back. So I think I'm just about ready with the cards. I'm going to cut them, and then we'll go with the heart cards, the oracle cards. And these are going to probably be more so a focus on love. I mean, they could pertain to your career or whatever the case, but let's see what we get. And wherever it applies to you, please use the information that way. So, the first card, right under the 2 card, when we talked about this 2 of Pentacles, about decisions and balance. So the very first oracle card I get, heart card, and I've never drawn it before. So I got to look at it again because I'm not sure the name. Daydreams and decisions. How about that? The number 7 under the 2. 7 minus 2, 5. You just changes. You don't stand still when you need to make changes. I don't read these in reverse. 5. What did I just say? 7 minus 2 is 5. I did not know you were gonna get a 5 card. Y'all just sat here and watched me shuffle. I won't be editing that at all. So you got a 5. And this is just what I felt. I didn't probably even realize what I was saying. I'm just talking to myself, making sense of these cards. And then you get a 5. Change your focus. I just said something about change. Then the last card is just breathe. Just breathe, Cancer. It's all going to be okay. Do what you want to do. Do what you have to do for you, regardless of other people's, what other people think you should do. And just always remember, you are loved. And keep putting that beautiful energy that is you out there. Some people, and every sign has every person has a shadow side. And I'm not saying all Cancers are good, cotton candy roses and Jolly Ranchers. But what I'm saying is, Cancers, a lot of Cancers are good people, good within your heart. You want to see good. You don't even want to be involved in things that aren't